Ellen McCauley at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. You know, I don't talk about statistics a lot because I never want to demoralize anyone. But last session, session 32, we had 80 people in the group, 80 card-carrying members, and we lost 135 pounds. So, and we had people who lost 26 pounds, 30 pounds, 19 pounds. So we didn't even really average a pound a person, you know, when you think about it. This session, we started 2 weeks late, which means we had a 2-week break at Christmas. We had a 2-week break. So in the 2 weeks over Christmas, whatever you gained, you had 2 weeks to lose. And we still ended up starting last week at people lost 42 pounds, but we gained 82 pounds. So, and that's not counting the new people. They don't count in that gain. So we start session 33 at plus 40. Now, that's not that bad. If everyone here lost a half a pound, we'd wipe it out in a week. But what I saw happening tonight is last week we started off and we talked about commitment. And I noticed many people, many, gained weight this week. And why is because of this. Just the mere thought of beginning to start to deprive ourselves of everything we think is good makes us want to eat extra. It is statistically proved that many people gain weight the first week of a weight loss program. Do you quit? Do you throw in the towel? That is why we're talking about commitment for a second week in a row. Because we need to wrap our head around what exactly we're committed to. Several people, did extremely well. And guess what they said to me? You know what I did, Ellen? I got out my food log in the morning and I planned everything I was going to eat that day. And then I ate exactly what I planned. She did extremely well this week. Many people started the DASH diet and they said, I never tried a specific diet and I like this food. It's easy to follow. It's easy to do. And if you were here last week and you're saying to yourself, what's the DASH diet? It means you not only didn't pay attention, you didn't read the packet, you didn't watch the videos, okay? And so that is important, to have a plan, to actually commit to it, and to say to yourself, I really want to do this. So, how do you commit to yourself? Well, overeating would be seen by some as an indulgence of self, but in fact, it's a profound rejection of self. Think about that. You think you're indulging yourself, and what you're really doing is saying, I'm not worth it. I'm not worth it. I have too much going on in my life. Everything else is more important than me. So I'm just going to eat whatever's around. I'm going to eat what tastes good because life is tough and I could either have a pity party or I could eat whatever I want. But that is not embracing yourself. That is not loving yourself. It's one of the best books I ever read was When Food is Love. We look for comfort and love. When Jesus is over there going, Ellen, I care about you. I want to help you. Please pray. And I've been learning that praying unceasingly is saying before prayer, Lord, guide my words. Help me to do a good job. Help me to touch people. Help me to help them be committed. Praying unceasingly means just talking to God. Lord, I'm substitute teaching tomorrow. Help me to get a good class. Help me, to do a good job. Help me to touch some of those kids. It's just having a conversation. Now, getting back to committing to yourself to lose weight, there's no reason to think you'll be capable of a loyalty to a diet until you address your basic disloyalty to yourself. Why don't you care about yourself? It wasn't that I didn't care about myself. I cared about everything else more. My kids were more important. My job was more important. The house was more important. Everything was more important than me. and therefore I was last on the rung, and then I just ate whatever felt good to eat. Addiction and compulsion is so cruel, though, because you could be good 23 hours and 45 minutes during the day, and then in 15 minutes eat 2,000 calories. You can ruin it, or so you think. And then when you do that, you say, I blew it. I might as well eat whatever I want tomorrow and the next day and the next day. You must learn a brand new way to think before you can master a brand new way to be. Last week, I asked this group who wanted to lose 10 pounds, and almost everybody who isn't on maintenance raised their hands. Almost everybody. But then when I said, who thinks they really will, almost everybody took their hand down. Because we don't believe we can do it. We don't have confidence in ourselves. But when we do, we will. And many of us have had bad lives. Maybe a bad childhood. Maybe we were abused. Maybe we were children of alcoholics. Maybe we were poor. Maybe we have a bad life right now. Maybe our spouse is sick, or maybe you're sick, or maybe this or that. We have to, number one, let go of our childhood. You know, I love my mother and grandmother more than life itself. But my grandmother died at 96 and my mother died at 89, and they were still crying about their childhoods like before they died. And I wanted to say to them so many times, let it go. Grandma, I know your mother and father didn't love you as much as you want them to. Let it go, Grandma, you're 96. I know. We got to let these things go. And we will have another meeting on letting things go. We don't need to think about any neglect we've ever had, because God gave his only son to die on the cross for love for us. So when we think we're not loved, we were loved exquisitely. No one loved us more than Jesus. No one loves us more than Jesus. We need to learn to be there for ourselves. And the moment we're there for ourselves, the moment we begin to not want to be self-destructive. You know, I went over to my sister's house, and she had made this cabbage, and I'm going to put the recipe out. Cabbage, ground turkey, and Rotel's tomatoes. And it was delicious. And I, scooped out a cup, put it on some cauliflower rice, and she goes, don't you want more? I go, I want the whole pot. That's how good it is. But I just had a normal amount. And what's wrong with that? Because there was more. She gave me a bowl to take home. I had it again. You don't have to overdo. Be there for yourself. Stop the excuses. And then there's 8 reasons why you can't commit to weight loss, because I've already said number 1, you don't believe in yourself. You failed so many times. I am the biggest weight loss failure I've ever met in my life. I put a picture on Facebook the other day of my 10-year high school reunion when I weighed 176 pounds for 5 minutes. I looked at myself and I said, man, you look good. I was 28 years old and I looked good. But I didn't do it. I gained the weight back. I gained more weight. I went down, I went up, I went down, I went up. I got to let it go. I got to look at my life right here, right now, what I weigh now. It doesn't define who I am, but I want to be healthy. You don't want to go all in. Losing weight can't happen without 100% commitment. You can't be good on Thursday and Friday and Saturday have lasagna with garlic bread and garlic nuggets and then ice cream. And then you think if you're good on Wednesday night. I glanced at someone's log and she's like, I was so good today. I know, but what about the other days? So it all adds up, okay? And then you are uncertain. You're here and you think, I want to lose weight, but oh man, I like going out to lunch. I like going out to dinner. I like drinking my wine every day, and I like. We need to decide what we like more and what we want to do more. Also, you're just playing at weight loss. I hate to say it. There's 80 people in this room. 50 are playing at weight loss. They're playing. And I'm not going to tap you on the head. And what I mean by that is you want to do it, but not so much that you're willing to change consistently. Consistently. So when you decide you're no longer going to play at weight loss and really change, It doesn't mean you might gain a couple of pounds. Like Mary. Mary's lost where are you, Mary S? Mary's lost 145 pounds and kept it off. Now she will gain 2 pounds. Some weeks she might gain 3 pounds, but then she goes back and changes again. It doesn't mean you'll never gain weight or maybe want that ice cream sundae, but it means that once you get to your goal, you learn how to maintain it. But we have to get to our goal first. Also, I want to talk about committing to yourself. You write down your goals and plan. Start so simple. I will lose 10 pounds this session. And I will do it by maybe a half a pound a week or a pound a week, or maybe I'll do it by keeping a really good log. And tell the world, tell everybody, say, hey, I'm Ellen and I'm losing 10 pounds by June. Hey, stranger in the elevator, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Okay? Adjust your mindset. You say to yourself, I will do it. There's nothing that's going to stand in my way. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. No more junk food. You can't go and have a Whopper with cheese and then think that you're going to lose weight. I have not had fast food in 18 years. 18 years. Also, Kathy sent me an article today about how bad that the diet, aspartame and all those sugary drinks can promote Alzheimer's and dementia. And they're saying that's one of the reasons why there's a lot more Alzheimer's and dementia these days, because of all the chemicals and things in our food. So if we try to clean up our diet and eat regular God-given food, have a menu. Bob and I have so much fun saying, what are we going to eat next week? How about salmon this day? How about that? How about that? And you might say, well, it's so easy for you, Ellen. It's only you and Bob. I got kids in the house, and they got to have junk food. No, they don't. If your kids are chunky, they don't need it especially, okay? Also, no more excuses and no more exceptions. We think you can have a birthday and have one piece of cake. You don't have to have the whole cake. And have a deadline. You have to have a deadline. You say, by June 29th, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. A goal without a timeline is a dream. Yeah, I'm going to be losing weight one of these days. And don't give up. Right here, right now. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.